Houston Tranquility Base here. The Covel has landed. It's a nice purchase. I've seen this machine running. It runs well. I'm sure there's a couple little hiccups, but nothing serious. It's not connected yet, otherwise I'd be showing it running. But that'll be tomorrow. I got a little bit of work to do as far as brackets for electrical. This is a three-phase machine, big surprise, and I've got to hook up a phase converter, and I need to put a bracket in somewhere to hang a phase converter on. So what that pretty much means is that the existing brackets have got to come out, and I've got to make new ones. However, I will probably temporarily wire it just to sort all the wires out, make sure the connections are right, and such. But I'm excited. I wanted to do a quick walk around on my surface grinder. New to me, so to speak. I got it a couple of months ago. I started taking some video of it and got interrupted. I had other things I had to get done, which are now done. But now I want to pick this up. Started to do some of the wiring work on it that it needed, and I'm putting the shrouds and covers on that have to be in place. Back here, when I first got the machine, these covers were not on. They are obviously now. I've done some of the wiring. We'll get into those details in a little bit. It is I don't know if I said this already, but it is a Covel Model 20. Takes a 10-inch grinding wheel. It's in really good shape. It's got hardened ways. The previous owner took it apart, cleaned it all up, and really did a nice job of taking care of it, but he didn't use it much, which was why it became available. He had another smaller surface grinder, so anything he needed was he did on that, and he just needed the floor space for another machine that he bought. So this thing is now available. It does run. I will demonstrate it running at another time, because I got to finish hooking up wires, etc. Yeah, I'm excited. One thing that I'm going to have to do, though, this is a mag plate that I had, mag chuck that I had, and I bolted on there. But before I did some measurements on the surface of the table, and I didn't like what I saw. It's not all that far off, but it is off. And I got talking to the previous owner, and he said, "Oh yeah, I went and cleaned that up. I resurfaced it with the grinder." Trouble is that he did it dry, which meant that this surface has about a 1 to 2 thousandths crown in it. I'm going to get the cooling system up and running, and then I'll go back in, and with the coolant I'll take a 0.5 thousandths off, see what it looks like. If I don't like it, take another 0.5 thousandths off to get it in. It's not, the imperfections are not evenly distributed. these are all high right over here, and here this is low. So I really want to take care of that corner. I don't know why that went that way, but that's the way it is. But like I said, I'll take a half a thousandths off, see what it does. If I like the way it's going, I'll go a little further. If not, then I may have to do some scraping. So, anyway, here's the other side of it. I don't have the coolant pump on there. That's where it all hooks up over on this side. I have the coolant pump. I have the tank. I'm not ready to install it yet. I've got all these shrouds to install, and yeah, clean some of this up. It came with bolts, which is fine, but I'm going to use studs instead. That way, if anything wears, I can replace the stud. Hopefully I don't have to take that off that often. And I can seal these so that I don't get any issues with rust or corrosion down around these bolts, these studs I mean. And I can put a cap over them to keep them from rusting. I'll take even if it's a piece of metal tubing or something, I'll slide it over there with some Permatex or other silicone-based compound to seal that up. There are some issues with the shrouds here that I'm working through. That's going on another video. These are the fences for the magnetic chuck. I've made them as far as I can go without starting the grinder up and facing them off. That's the way it's going to go. I got to do something about these. I don't like this stack up of washers. This one's better, but it's cracked and repaired. So I may look at making new clamps out of steel. Just because I don't need one of those things breaking and coming apart and in the middle of a cut. So anyway, yeah, that's it for this. Can't wait to get it running. Into production, I mean. It is running. But, yeah, I'm excited. I know it doesn't sound so in my voice because I've got so many things ahead of me to get to it where I'll be happy with it. But this is a good machine. I'm really happy to have it.